I'm Savannah Scott. I'm a recent graduate from Bridgewater College, where I majored in computer science and history. This summer, I worked in the QA and testing division on the project Quality Assurance and Testing using the Agile methodology. So just a little bit about myself. I'm a recent graduate from Bridgewater College and an incoming PhD student at George Mason University. I'm passionate about emerging technologies, which is why it was so great to work on this project this summer. So what exactly was my project? We worked on testing for Congress.gov, specifically the workflow that focuses on publishing a bill summary to the public site. And we really focused on incorporating automation into this testing process. We use the Agile methodology to organize our team and the Cypress framework to automate our tests. So what exactly is testing? Testing is the part of the software development lifecycle that occurs after the code is completed by a developer, but before it is deployed to the public site for the user to use. Now, there are two types of testing. The first is manual testing, where the tester personally interacts with the feature as a user would. It is a very thorough process, so it can be a little bit time-consuming. And the other type of testing, which we focused on during our project, was automated testing. And this is where a script is written to interact with the feature, requiring no direct action by the tester during the test. This is quite valuable because, unlike manual testing, automated testing has a reusability factor that can save a lot of time in the long run. And then what is Agile? Agile is a workflow methodology that emphasizes self-organization, collaboration, and usability. The work periods are broken up into 3-week sprints where team members work on their assigned tasks, focusing on producing deployable deliverables for the user. And the Agile team members who make up the Agile team are the Scrum Master, who leads the sprint ceremonies, the developers who work on the code, the testers who test the code, and the project owner and project manager who focus more on design and working with the users and stakeholders to figure out what they need from us. And then the cornerstone of Agile methodology is the sprint ceremonies, and these help us stay organized and flow through the sprint. The first is the sprint planning, where we plan out the tasks that we want to accomplish. The next is the daily stand-up that occurs about a couple times a week, just a simple 15-minute meeting where we talk about our progress and any blockers or troubles that we might have. The ticket grooming is a short meeting where we assign points to each task to see how the workload is both on an individual and a team level throughout the sprint. The sprint review is a cool meeting because we all demonstrate our code and we're able to see how everyone did during the sprint. And then the sprint retrospective occurs last. It's where we just evaluate our work on an individual and team level. Then we just start it all again in the next sprint. And then lastly, Cypress framework. Cypress is an open source JavaScript-based front-end testing software, so it is designed to interact with the web pages. So we write these scripts for automated tasks to simulate human interaction with a web page. You don't have to, but we chose to enhance it with Cucumber, which aids in organization and reporting. And so these are just some examples of the code that we write. So on the left, we have a feature file. This is written in Cucumber. As you can see, it is plain English, which makes it easier to plan our tests. And we also able to incorporate acceptance criteria that the project managers are looking for. And then on the right, we have an example of a step definition that is written in Cypress. This is all JavaScript, and this is how we actually interact with the elements on a web page. And then this is just a screenshot from an active Cypress test. On the left, as you can see, that's a kind of a log of the commands that the test is executing. And then on the right, that is the live web page. And so you can see how the test will type and click on its own and run through the test as it should. So just to give you guys a better idea of what we were doing. So then what did I take away from this project? Agile is a highly effective workflow for continuous projects. It streamlines tasks and organization and keep us all on track. And I also learned that automation is an essential tool for modernization. It creates reliable and efficient tests, especially makes them reusable, which saves both the individual tester and the team a lot of time in the long run. So I just want to thank the QA and testing division, my fellow interns, and my project mentor, Neetha Rajmaran. Thank you.